I go to work all day. I can't get no rest. I don't know how I work all day. I guess it's the games people play.
Can't get no rest. Don't know how I work all day. When will I learn?
I don't know.
Memories get in the way.
You know what I did?
I walk around,
but I can't hear a sound.
Some folks talk loud, don't see it all. I
Gotta get away.
Gotta get away. I
don't know where to go either.
It's hopeless soul.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is hopeless, ain't it? Ladies and gentlemen, I was sitting up here at 4 o'clock in the morning. I woke up. I usually wake up at 4. That's my wake up time is 4. And I stay up. I don't go back to sleep. But today I said, I'm going back to sleep. And then I started sniffing, and it smelled like, something was, just getting ready to start a fire. So I'm like, oh, God. All right, get up and go check it. Because I didn't want to get up. And I got up, and you know what it was? The heater came on. And I'm smelling the heater. Like I said, something getting ready to catch fire. So I go out there and I go to the cats, and they run up to me, and I, day and night, because they're in the living room. They don't get to come in the bedroom. So I go in the living room, and they run up to me, and I scratch their little heads, and they just, that thing. And so I'm like, okay, go back to sleep. I said, I can't go back to sleep. Okay, so I'm up. So what I say I'm going to do? Well, I was thinking, and the song, I'm sending you this Valentine. I'm sending you this Valentine. I'm sending you this Valentine. Okay, what, Norman Connors? Okay, and that song came in my head, and I just had to go listen to that song. And then I started listening to the main ingredient. Then I, went and looked up, Cuba Gooding's father and all of that stuff. And then I pulled up Tavares and, and I just got into the music thing. And then I said, all right, I want to talk to these people. And then I forgot what I wanted to talk to y'all about, because I went through all of that music. And my mind was just on music at that point. But then it came back and it said, I don't know what's wrong with people. You can give them all of the information in the world, and only about 2 or 3 of them does anything with it. Now, I give the people who have done something. Now, hold on now. A lot of people have sat and listened, and they took the time to try to figure it out. Like I said, my job is not to give you every piece of the puzzle. You must be out of your mind. But I like the fact that people have been able to get billions of dollars in credits on their credit report. Yay! Hundreds of thousands of dollars. People have been able to do this. And now they need to know how to convert those credits to cash. We gave you part of the information because I'm not putting that information out and about. Sorry, ain't gonna do that. That disrupts the system too much. But do your research. Now, no, this is not a selling point. I did promise to give it to people who do the consults, but they have too many problems. And so the reason why I can give it to them, they have too many problems. They can't work on this and take care of those problems that they have. So that doesn't disrupt the system. Yes, there's a method to my madness. No, it's not disingenuous. It is, as I said, I was giving it to the people with the consults. See, the people with the consults, they get a lot of information, and they get a lot of things to play with. The only problem is they're too distracted to use it. Well, why don't you give it? Because I'm not here to answer your questions, and I'm not here to do what you think I should do. I'm here to do whatever I want to do, because this is my world. You're just a squirrel. Okay? Sorry? Okay, sorry about that, dude. Well, getting back to, I did the the song where it asked the question, well, if there is no money, how can there be the richest man? If there is no money, ladies and gentlemen, money does not exist. It never has. There's never ever been a thing called money on this planet. Go ahead. It's as money. Gold is not money. Never was. Silver is not money. Never was. So if there can be no money, then there cannot be the richest person in the world. But he says he's worth over $200 billion. Worth. Pay attention, worth. Not that he has $200 billion. Pay attention to the words, people. Words have meaning. So, that we have that together. We tried to get people to understand the analogy of accounting because they simply don't. The accrual method, I don't understand it. So we gave them the simplest analogy. I went to Walmart yesterday, and then I went to another store. I went to 3 different stores yesterday because that was my store day. And while I'm in the store, I'm having a conversation with a group of individuals who ran into a couple of issues with the cult. And I'm talking to them on the phone, and I explained to them that I just took, because it took me a minute to put something in the cart. I said, but I just took and placed blah, blah, blah in my cart. I said, no, what did I just do? And they gave several answers. Then they finally got it, that I acquired a product, but I hadn't paid for it. That I would eventually, and I did, pay for it at the register. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pay attention, very important. That's called the accrual method. I acquired the product first, and I paid for it later. That's all you need to know about the accrual method. You never, ever have been on the cash method. You can never be on the cash method because the cash method says that you acquire something and you pay for it at that exact moment. Nobody pays for something and acquires it at the exact same time. No matter what store you go to, no matter what purchase you're in, no matter if you're online, you always acquire the product or pay for the product separately. You never pay for them simultaneously because it's an impossibility. Go ahead. Think of a situation where you can pay for something and receive it at the exact same time, at the exact same moment, without a split second going by. Impossible. So nobody is on the cash method, ever. But when you say you're on the cash method, you just lied. And that's why you don't benefit from being on the cash method. Don't believe me? Go and look at how people on the accrual method get all the benefits, and you on the cash method get nothing. Because you're lying. And they still put you on the accrual method, whether you want to or not. So when you're doing your taxes, learn the accrual method of accounting. See, here's the thing. By putting the product in my basket, I have created an event. The moment I reached out and grabbed it, I created an event. I acquired it. Now, I incurred a debt. Hold on now. I incurred a debt. Not when I acquired it. I incurred a debt when I put it in my basket. I also incurred a gain. Wait a minute. How can I incur a debt and a gain at the exact same time? It's not at the same time. When I thought of it, yay, I want that. That was a gain. Because I'm greedy. I wanted something I could not have at the moment. So I put it in my cart. That's a gain. But it's also a debt. But it's not a debt yet. Because I haven't actually gone to the register. And so I offset that debt by giving them a coupon, a dollar bill. Dollar bill, y'all. Okay? And once I offset that debt by giving them the dollar bill, I've created 2 events. 1, the acquisition, and 2, the payment. So one's a debit and the other one's a credit. Debit and credit cards. Why do you think they call them that? Ladies and gentlemen, you've been using the accrual method all this time. If you have a debit and a credit card, like most of us do, or if you have a credit card or a debit card, you're on the accrual method of accounting and you don't realize it. Uh-oh. So, the accrual method, when it comes to payments, is that you acquire something at one moment and you pay for it at another. Or you pay for something at one moment and you acquire it later. Ever order anything from Amazon? That's the accrual method. Everybody wants to think it's complicated. It's not complicated. You just have to understand the process. It's a procedure. That's all. That's it. That's all. And it's done. Ladies, gentlemen, I's going to get out of here because I's got to get up because it's going to be a long day. Got a consult, and this is a foreign consult. They're 6 hours ahead of me. Nope, it ain't England this time. It ain't Italy this time. It ain't Hungary this time. It is not Russia. Well, what is the word? Serbian. It's not Serbia. And so, do a lot of foreign consultations. Okay? Because there's been a lot of benefit from those people. All right, y'all. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself with me. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Got to enjoy yourself. All right, gotta go. Goodbye.